Hello everyone, this is Jrcraft here. I'm reviewing the Nintendo Entertainment System. So in Japan, there was the Famicom. Despite many claims about this being untrue, and I know I'm going to have some comments saying that I was wrong saying this, the Famicom is technically superior to the NES. The reason being is because there's an extra sound channel, the expansion ports, which I can't use some things that I would like to use on this, and it doesn't have that. Okay, let's get to the chase. The Nintendo Entertainment System was released in North America in October 18th, 1985, making this system 30 years old in a few months. It's pretty impressive, really, and my system still works. The controller was also pretty impressive for its time. Unlike standard controllers like an Atari joystick or other things, this had a D-pad. The Famicom also had a D-pad. The first system to use a D-pad was actually the Game & Watch Donkey Kong. More about that later. The controller was a lot different and more ergonomic than most controllers of the time. It had an A and B button. The reason they didn't do more, so the games would be simple. There was also start and select for menu options, and the control stick. Let's look at the actual system itself. Around the side here, we have composite. There's only mono, though. Back here we have RF, the AC port, and the channel selector. On the bottom, flip that over for a second. We got all their information and stuff. And if we remove this little thing here, underneath that is the expansion port, which was never used. We can assume it was going to be used for something like a disk system. That never came to be. And there are also many things it could have been used for. I'll show you that in a second. Telstar actually was going to release a modem for the Genesis and the Nintendo Entertainment System so you could play together. Crossover play. That's something we need nowadays, don't you think? There was also a gambling thing planned for the expansion port too. If you look at the upcoming picture, that's what it would look like attached to the bottom of your NES. And there was a $50 spending limit, and yeah. So on the front, we have the two controller ports. These are 7-pin controller ports. They look like that. There's one for player 1 and player 2. And you can also get something like NES 4-score or the NES Satellite to give you more ports for 4 players. We got the reset and power buttons and the light. In here we have the annoying slot loading cartridge slot. Here's the cartridge. I know this is the worst game ever invented. I got it because it was so bad to review sometimes. I'm going to have to clean out this though because this is on its last legs. It's been well kept up, but the connector that old just can't last that long. It's starting to really wear out. The game's going like this. Here's how they're going. There's a slot right here. The game goes in. Pins facing down. The game is put into the console and then is pushed down. Then the lid can be closed or you can leave it open. I tend to leave it open because a lot of the times this will happen. Blow on the game, push it back in. Red ring the little red blinky light. Still blowing. Do it a few more times. There we go. That's my review of the NES. Before you go, I'll show you my games. Let me take out. I haven't actually counted how many I have, but I have all these. I'll just slowly scroll up. There we go. I also have the super limited induction. Actually, it's out in the other room. Oh, forgot that one. Sorry. Just add that to the top of that stack. Thanks for watching. Jrcraft signing off.